He was the most mischievous dog in town, yet no one dared to mess with him because his owner was the chief judge. Buck had lived in a luxurious mansion since he was young, and his daily routine consisted of eating and destroying things. Every time they heard this sound, the servants would frantically hide food in the cabinets. Buck would put on a pitiful act, but the servants had grown used to his performance. As expected, Buck was kicked out of the kitchen again. George, who had just woken up, witnessed this scene. He helplessly dragged Buck outside and shut the door. Buck tried to sneak back in through the window, but George had anticipated this. George sternly told Buck, "Today is my 60th birthday, don't cause any trouble." Before he could finish speaking, Buck was distracted by a wild rabbit and instantly forgot his owner's warning. After playing until he was tired, Buck returned home and saw the delicious food on the dining table, drooling with desire. A few minutes later, Buck swaggered into the photo shoot with a chicken leg still in his mouth, and everyone immediately realized something was terribly wrong. Sure enough, the dining table was left in complete chaos. George watched helplessly as Buck turned his originally joyful birthday party completely upside down. To punish him, George threw Buck out of the house. This was Buck's first night sleeping outside, and no one expected it would be their final goodbye. Late at night, Buck heard a distant call and walked toward it, discovering it was the mansion's gardener. The gardener threw a pie into a cage to lure Buck inside. Buck jumped in without thinking, and the next second, he was locked in the cage. The gardener sold him to dog dealers. Watching his home fade into the distance, Buck desperately called out for his owner, but it was too late. Throughout the journey, Buck refused to eat or drink and attempted to escape multiple times, but each time he was brutally beaten back by the dealer's stick. After several sales, Buck was put on a cargo ship bound for Alaska. Having lived in the south, Buck had never seen snow and was full of curiosity about this icy world. After landing, he was thrown into a dog pen. He friendly extended his paw to greet the other dogs, but was ignored. With his strong build, Buck soon met his second owner, a male carrier named Perot. Perot took Buck home and excitedly introduced him to his wife, but his wife wasn't satisfied with Buck because his price was enough to buy 2 huskies. However, they had no idea that Buck would save their lives multiple times. Perot introduced Buck to every dog in the sled team and put a collar on him. This time, they would travel to Dawson City, 500 kilometers away. Buck had never experienced hardship, so how could he adapt to such difficult work? Along the way, he caused quite a few mishaps and even led the entire team into a ditch. The lead husky snarled at Buck, and Buck shamefully lowered his head, but Perot didn't blame him and instead kept comforting him. After some training, Buck gradually adapted to life with the sled team. Although occasionally clumsy, he could now keep up with the team's pace. However, the team's atmosphere wasn't harmonious. One day during rest, the husky monopolized the water source and wouldn't let the other dogs approach. Buck couldn't stand it and used his strong body to easily break through the ice, and the pack gathered around as Buck generously shared the water source. The husky's dominance was challenged, and he began to realize that Buck would be his greatest enemy.